That's where your settings are. So right now you're set to off. To be able to move this knob, you just barely have to push in and then let it start to turn, and it will actually pop into place there. And then you can't go past the setting you're on.
Okay.
To light it, you want to go to pilot. That'll be the only one you can push in and feel the pressure against it. So you want to push it in and hold it. That's bleeding the gas through. Right here's your clicker button on the left-hand side. And it should, once you light it, it should relight right back up. Now, if you let it sit for a while, you'll have to hold this button in for a couple minutes, and then just keep popping this every 30, 40 seconds, and it'll eventually light. And it won't hurt anything by clicking this igniter button. After you get it lit, you want to hold this button in for about another 30 seconds till you start seeing this tip of this pilot right here get real cherry red.
Okay.
And that way you know your pilot's real strong. If you ever see this pilot not being a real deep blue and it starts getting a yellow crest to it at the top, that means you got some dirt in here that you need to get it just sprayed out with some of that canned air.
Okay.
Once you get it lit, you just let off. You'll let your pilot burn for about another 20 seconds to get real strong. You'll go right here, you'll push your button in again just a little bit to get it right here to on. So you click it over to on. Once you get there, your switch up here on the wall works to click it on and off. Right here is going to be your flame control. So if we click it on up here, you can actually adjust your flame height right here to low or all the way up to high. I usually keep it right there about in the middle.
Okay.
And that's all you do.
All right. And so then you were saying that whenever the tank gets low, you can take it to you and it'll be 50, or you can come and get it and fill it and bring it back, and it's 125?
125, and that includes relighting your pilot lights and everything.
Okay. And then you said the tank will burn for 115 hours?
Of constant high output burn time. So if you're just burning it for supplemental heat, you usually get anywhere from 1 to 3 months.
Okay.
If you're burning it nonstop, you usually get about a month out of it,
Okay.
3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
And as you're burning it, at the very end, you'll start getting a hint of that little rotten egg smell.
Okay.
Once you start getting that little hint of that smell, you've got about a day left on your bottle and you're out.
Okay.
So that's kind of the telltale sign of when you're about to run out of gas. It's just a faint smell of it. Not real strong, but you'll definitely smell it.
Okay. So now, right now, if we don't want to mess with all those knobs and everything, we can just turn it on and on, off and on with this.
You can do that, but your pilot will stay burning here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
what it'll do, the pilot light alone will use about 3 to 4 gallons a month.
Okay.
Just burning the pilot light.
Okay.
It'll put some heat off in here too, just the pilot light.
Okay.
So the way I would say, try it with the switch if it ever gets to the point, because what it's going to do, it's going to burn for about 10 minutes. And it's going to be about 100 degrees in here.
Oh, okay.
And then you're going to have to be turned off and on. If you ever get to where you want to have it to where it'll do its own thing, we can add that remote, like I said. It'll conserve a lot of gas too.
Okay. So the remote was 135?
It's 135 for the remote module, and then it's $35 to put it on.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay.
all you'll do now is come right back to your switch, and it goes off.
All right.
And
And
it
then,
should click right back on and off. No problem.
nice. So I'll just leave the pilot light going, I think, until
Okay.
he gets home, and then he can. I'm guessing he'll know how to turn it off.
I'll show you right here.
Okay.
If not, all you got to do is go push this knob in
Mm-hmm.
and just go all the way to the right till your off button is right here. So you can go right back to pilot, and then that'll take your switch off. Now it'll just stay on pilot. Now if we go all the way to off, it kicks everything off.
Okay.
Or if you don't want to do that, you can go right here to the shut-off valve,
Mm-hmm.
cut it to where it's against the line. Then we'll cut the gas off. Once it burns the gas out of the line, it'll kick everything off too.
Okay.
So whichever one you want to do. So, and then remember, with the line is on, against the line is off.
Okay.
Let it click here, and then I'll start it back up for you. And also tell them these are the styrofoam logs. These are about pretty much the builder special. What they
Oh.
do. He's got the good burner.
Yeah.
So I can always upgrade the logs to the concrete ones, but just tell him to make sure that these never get moved onto the fire.
Okay.
For looks only.
Okay.
They last about 2 to 3 years, and then they got to be replaced. The exterior will start wearing off.
Okay.
And so just keep an eye on them. Is what they'll do if they ever burn through. They'll soot the whole place up like black stuff. So
Ew.
about $150 somewhere around in there. But that's just something like I say, 2 or 3 years, or you're good.
Okay.
Just keep here 2 or 3 years from now. You might want to start thinking about upgrading. But your burner should last you 10, 12 years. You should be good on that.
Okay. All righty.
Any other questions? Or you think you?
I'm sure he'll
And I'll